I went from running a 4.84 in high school, having no scholarship offers, to running a 4.54 in front of NFL scouts and getting brought into minicamp with the Detroit Lions. So how did I go from that to that? Well, let me tell you this. It took a lot of research. It took a lot of scouring the internet, trying different programs, and really researching and understanding what makes people fast. So all those years of research, training, I put into this for you. When I'd go to combines or college camps in high school, I used to hate when they would have us run the 40. I would do all this training and I would do different programs, and then when I finally got up there to run 4.8, 4.7 at the fastest, and I would do the techniques that strength coaches told me, track coaches told me. I changed up my stance. I tried to do the rolling start thing. I tried to do a whole lot of different things, but nothing seemed to work. And so over the years, I took a little bit from track coaches, I took a little bit from strength and conditioning coaches, took a little bit from science and biomechanics of the human body, anatomy, physiology, and running. So with all that research that I did over almost a 10-year period, I came to the realization that there are only 4 ways to get faster. The first and easiest way that most people try to get faster is just get stronger. So when you think about when you're running, you're taking steps, and the further you go with each step, the faster you'll get somewhere. So the stronger you get and the more explosive you get, the further you'll get with each step. So you'll get somewhere in less steps than someone else has to take. So for example, if it only takes me 5 steps to get to that line and it takes someone else 20 steps, I'm likely gonna get there faster because I can probably take 5 steps faster than they can take 20. So a lot of people realize, and a lot of strength and conditioning coaches realize, that strength is a huge factor in speed. And that's probably the easiest way to get faster if you're a beginner. So if you've never done any strength training, explosive training, gotten stronger, or hit the weight room before because you're a young guy, you're in high school, and maybe you guys don't have a solid weight program, the first time you do it, you're gonna see massive results in your speed. So that's the first and easiest step to get faster. So a lot of speed programs, a lot of strength and conditioning coaches, all they do is get their kids stronger, and then they see their 40 times drop or their speed go up, and then they think, okay, this is the key to speed. But that's just one factor. So just be careful when you're looking at different speed programs that you don't go to something that's just, we're just gonna get you stronger, more explosive, and then you're gonna be faster. That's one aspect of it. But if you're somebody who's more advanced as an athlete, and you've already gotten stronger and you're probably the strongest you're gonna get, once you hit a certain threshold, adding more strength, it really doesn't do much. So there are a lot of college players and people who are trying to get faster, and they're still doing the same thing that got them faster when they were younger, but the only reason it got them faster was because they were weak. And now they're at optimal strength, and they're still trying to add strength on, and they're wondering why they're not getting any faster. Which leads me to the next point. The second way that someone can get faster, and this is in no particular order, but the second way that someone can get faster is by increasing your turnover. So your turnover is how fast your legs are moving when you're running. So in my first example, I said, if I could take 5 steps and get to that line, and you had to take 20 steps to get to that line, I'm likely gonna get there faster. But if your turnover is so fast that you can take 20 steps faster than I can take 5, you'll get there before me. So turnover, or what I would like to say top speed. Top speed is essentially the fastest that you can run. So you can increase your top speed by increasing your turnover. The way to increase your turnover is to force yourself to run faster than you normally would be able to. For example, find a hill that's a slight decline and run down that hill at full speed, and your legs will have to move faster than they're used to moving. And you don't want to do it for too long, maybe like 20 yards maximum. And your legs will be used to moving at that faster rate. And over time, that'll become the normal nerve pattern that your body's able to use when you're running. There's a lot of different drills you can do to increase your turnover. I'll make another video about that and link it to this, but that's the second way. So we've got strength, we've got turnover, and then the third way is speed endurance. So how long can you hold that top speed, the fastest that you can go, how long can you hold it? So what a lot of people don't realize is when you're watching the 100-meter dash and you see someone pull away at the last 20 yards or 20 meters, it's not because they're speeding up, it's because they're slowing down slower than everybody else. So they're able to hold that speed longer. If you and I are the same maximum top speed, right? And you can only hold yours for 40 yards and I can hold mine for 60. If we're racing 100 yards, I'm probably gonna win because I'm able to hold that top speed at 60, and by 40, you're already slowing back down. So if you can increase how long you can hold your top speed by working things like speed endurance, you'll be able to prolong how long you're able to hold it, which will help with your overall speed in general. So different ways to work on increasing your speed endurance. Repeat hundreds, repeat 150s, repeat 200s. I would personally say that some of the best speed endurance workouts are between 150 to 200 meters. And the reason for that is it's not so long that you're tapping into that slow twitch, cardiovascular exercise, but it's long enough to where you're forced to hold that top speed a little bit longer than is comfortable for you or than you're able to. I'm gonna have a video specifically designed for building strength for speed, increasing your turnover, increasing your speed endurance, and our last point, which is your technique. So a lot of people don't know how to sprint and they just get out there and tense up, or they're too relaxed, or they go across their body, or they're focusing too much on pushing, or they're focusing too much on pulling with their legs. There's a technique and a way that you can sprint efficiently that can increase how much potential you're putting into the ground. So, for example, you can have somebody that squats 400 pounds, very explosive, high turnover rate. They have a lot of fast twitch fibers. They're able to turn over really fast, and they've got great speed endurance. If you're not using your technique to get every pound of strength that he's built up, all the fast twitch muscle fibers that he's built up, and the speed endurance that he's built up, you're not gonna get as much out of each step as you would if you had proper form. So those are essentially the 4 ways to get faster. There's strength, there's turnover, there's speed endurance, and then there's technique. Make sure you figure out what is your weakness out of those 4, work on that, and you'll see massive gains in your speed. Comment below any video that you would like me to talk about in regards to that, and we'll get into it. Thanks for watching.